Hello everyone, my name is Jenna, but you guys can call me Jen. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Hi, hello, you are so loved and thank you so much for being here. Today, my friends, we are diving back into the realm of all the series I've started in my life. So if you've been around for about a year, you will have seen that I have not only put up a couple videos chronicling all of the series I had underway at the beginning of last year, and also a number of what I like to call the series vlogs, where I have attempted to set out and actually finish some series that I have started that are completed series out in the world by rereading book one, because it's usually just book one that I've read, and then actually finishing the trilogy or duology that I've been working through. We've been keeping to just the duologies and trilogies so far because there are very few longer series than that I am still in the middle of that are completed. But today we're going to be talking about the series that I want to focus on this year and actually complete. And some series that are going to be completed this year that I would really like to read, and also some potentials for some series videos coming up that I want you guys to weigh in on in the comments below. So let's get into this. Let's go through my series tracker sheets that I have, and we'll kind of go from there. So I don't remember how many I had at the end of the previous video that I filmed, which was last year. So it's a long time ago, so the numbers are off. The numbers are way off now, but I think it was in the 90s of like currently ongoing series, and then somewhere in like the 180s of series that I had dabbled in my life. Now, when I put together this spreadsheet, first of all, I am using the Copile spreadsheet made by G from Book Roast, which she is a gem. She puts them up for free every year, and every year, they're just absolutely stunning. This year, she didn't really do anything different. She just kind of revamped the colors, and I love the colors. I chose the later version, as you can probably tell by what's on the screen, but I love it so much, and I use Copile every year, and I have been since, I think, 2021. As you can kind of see from my little tabs across the screen there, we have Copile, which is 2021, and then we have 2022, 2023, and then 2024. So I have a lot of them, and I love these spreadsheets so freaking much. Last year, G added in a series tracker, and so last year I took the time, went through my Goodreads, went through everything. I kept it in a normal Excel file, just like running through all of the titles and authors of the series that I was going through, so that I can then alphabetize it and then chuck it into this and use this alphabetized, because I wanted it to be in order. For my brain and for my own sanity, it needed to be in alphabetical order by series name, because that's what I see first on this page. So I did that, and then I went through and decided to color code the series that I had DNF'd and color code the series that I had finished. And then previously after that, I went and decided to count all of the actual series that were finished series out in the world. Like, all the books have been published. There's no more books coming out in those series. And I added that in as well, as you can kind of see by the little white squares just on the titles. Those are the ones that are completed. Anyways, so as you can see here, we've got my beautiful spreadsheet. We have 88 ongoing series. I have finished 40 series. I have DNF'd 93 series out of a total of 221 series. And then I wrote also 35 complete of unread. So that's like 35 available that I could pick from for the series, or that I can actually work towards finishing in a year. I don't know if that number is correct anymore, because I did that at the beginning of January, and I have added and dabbled and changed things, and things have come out in the world. So that number is probably not right, but it's fine. I'll recount at some point. As you can kind of see, we've got a whole bunch here. You're going to see a lot more of the pale blue than you're going to see of that bright pink, because I've DNF'd 93 series. I'm honestly very proud of myself for having finished 40 different series in my life, but as you can see, I have a tendency to just start series and never ever finish them. Every time I go on this spreadsheet, I just want to add more things to it. I want to change things to it. I want to like fiddle with things that I could, but I can't, because I haven't actually finished any series or read any books and series and stuff, you know? I can only go into the spreadsheet and change things when I've read a book from a series. This year, so far, I have added 3, hold on, let me just scroll to the bottom here. We'll go into my reading stats for Copile, because this is where this is where I'm at for this year so far, as you can tell. Let me just give a little scroll here. So according to this, I have started 4 series this year so far. Yeah, it's January 18th that I'm filming this. I've started 4 series this year so far, but I have already DNF'd 1. So I'm continuing with 3 separate new series. So brand new, I've started The Will of the Many, The Surviving Sky, and also The Mask of Mirrors. So I've DNF'd the Shanghai Immortal one. I did not enjoy that book at all. And I also continued reading in Murderbot. I've read Murderbot book number 4. So love this for me. And you'll also see Founderside on that list, but I didn't count that as a started new series because I have read that one already. So it's just a continuing in the series because it's a reread and then I'm going to actually continue and finish the series. So anyways, that's where we're at as of January 18th. And I feel like that's a good spot to stop and be like, hey, this is what we're going to be reading this year. So as I mentioned just now, Founderside, I am going to be completing this bad boy. I have book 2 currently underway. I'm about 75 pages in. I'm going to be finishing that one fairly soon and then jumping into book 3 right after that so I can polish off the Founderside trilogy, or the Founders trilogy as it's named properly in the world. This is for series number 6, which I'm very excited about. So stay tuned for that vlog because it will be coming eventually. And I hope you guys enjoy me reading these. Those vlogs are usually as spoiler free as I can keep them. And if I need to rant about something, I always warn you that spoilers are coming so you can mute me until the banner on the bottom of the video is gone, and etc, you know? So yes, look forward to the Founderside vlogs coming. Other than that, okie dokie. So the pattern and rhythm for my series videos, I guess we'll do that one first, is that I reread book 1 and then finish the rest of the series. So I have a number of series that I can do that with that I'm very excited about and I want to talk to you guys about. All right, just grabbed a whole bunch more off my shelves that I forgot about. So this is where you guys are going to come in and you guys are going to help me pick which ones that you are most interested in seeing, because I would rather do those atop everything else. The ones that I could do this for, we have the Stormrunner by J.C. Cervantes. So we have a couple middle grades on this list. We got this bad boy. So this is an entire finished trilogy through Rick Riordan Presents. I absolutely adored the Stormrunner when I read it a number of years ago, but never continued on with the series. And I really, really want to, because this is my favorite of the Rick Riordan Presents books. So I really want to actually devote the time to finish the series. So option 1, the Stormrunner. Another option, which I totally forgot to pull off my shelves, is Tristan Strong Punches a Hole in the Sky, this trilogy. It's, again, another completed trilogy. I only have book 1 and 2 on my shelves, but I could definitely get a hold of book 3. So these are the 2 Rick Riordan Presents ones that I could do. Also, speaking of Rick Riordan, I have 2 of his trilogies that I have never completed. So I could do the same thing for either the Magnus Chase trilogy or the King Chronicles trilogy, because again, I've only read book 1 in both of these trilogies. I leave it up to you. I leave it in your very capable hands. So those are like the more middle grade beginner YA ones that I could do. Other YA ones that I have on my shelves, I have 4. Nope, I have 3. I have 3, and each one of them are a duology. So I have the We Hunt the Flame duology by Hafsa Faizal. I am intrigued by this because people just keep saying they love it so much on the internet, and I'm like, did I miss something when I read this? Because I don't remember loving it that much, which is why I never completed the duology. So I definitely could dive back into this. And also Hafsa Faizal's coming out with a new book this year, so I'm like, maybe I need to give her writing another try. And so I could do this one, We Hunt the Flame duology. I also have the Grey Bear and Redemptor duology. I've only ever read book 1, loved it, just never continued with book 2. So I have this one as well. And finally, I have The Merciful Crow, and also the second one, which is The Faithless Hawk by Margaret Owen as well on my TBR. That I loved book 1, just never continued with book 2. Do you see a trend? Do you see the trend? But yeah, any one of these I'm open to as well. The ones that I definitely could do for this specific style of video, I don't have that many more that I can think of off the top of my head, but I do have 2 that I could do it with. And so I have this bad boy here. We have The Justice of Kings by Richard Swan, which is honestly a newer series that I read. I think it was 2 years ago I read this one. back in 2022, and I would definitely need to reread it before diving into book 2 and then book 3, which is coming out this year. So I definitely could do this whole trilogy if you guys were at all interested in it. It's called The Empire of the Wolf. It's like grimdark kind of situation. Oh, I could also do, speaking of grimdark, I could also do Half a King by Joe Abercrombie, because I have read Half a King, but I never continued with this trilogy. So I could do this trilogy as well, if you're interested. I was thinking about grimdark and I was like, I guess I could do a Joe Abercrombie. And then I was like, I never read a Joe Abercrombie. And then I'm like, no, I did. I read Half a King. But I have The Blade itself on my TBR as well that I have not yet read. Other than that, the other one that I could definitely do for the series vlog, and one that I'm most definitely going to do for the series vlog, so like chime in if you're excited about it, but I'm going to be doing this one no matter what, and that is the Black Sun trilogy. Does this have like an actual name? I don't know. Does this have like a proper series name? Between the Earth and Sky trilogy, that's what it's called. Anyways, so yes, I have Black Sun, and then I just picked up Fevered Star, which is the second book, and then the third book is coming out this year. So once that third book is released, I will be doing a series for this, rereading Black Sun and diving into the rest of the trilogy, because I don't remember enough about Black Sun to just go into Fevered Star, to be real with y'all. So I will be doing this one for sure. Yes, so those are the books on my actual TBR that I can remember are options for, or on my actual like physical TBR that I can remember are options for this series vlog series that I have on my channel. I've said the word series so much. I'm so sorry. Let me know down below which ones you want me to read. I will be more than happy to pick them up. Let me just have a quick scroll through my actual finished series. Oh, I could do that one as well. Okay, no, hold on, there's more. I could do The Bear and the Nightingale trilogy by Katherine Arden. I did read the very first one, which is called The Bear and the Nightingale. Is that what it's called? Oh, it's called the Winter Night trilogy. I could do that one by Katherine Arden as well, because I've only ever read book 1. I could also do R.J. Barker's The Tide Child series, which starts with the bone ships. Again, it's in a stack on the side of my shelves that I can't get out. Only ever have read book 1, could reread and then read book 2 and 3. Oh, I could do The Gilded Wolves by Roshani Chokshi if you guys were ever interested in that one. Also could do The First Sister by Lyndon A. Lewis, but I did read the first book last year, so I think I'm okay in just going into book 2 for that one instead of rereading book 1. But if you guys want to see me read that entire trilogy in one vlog, I will do that. I could also do The Blood Trials by N.E. Davenport, which is right here, which is this duology, The Blood Trials. I didn't super love book 1, but I could definitely reread it and read book 2 as well if you're interested. I could also do Sabriel if you're interested in that one, by Garth Nix. That's a real like deep cut. I've only ever read Sabriel in that one, and I don't actually know how many books there are in that series, like 3, maybe 5. I could be wrong, don't really know, but I could do that one. I could do Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. I could do No Fet Gloss by Essa Hansen, which is a sci-fi trilogy. I've only ever read book 1, and I really don't remember a lot about it, so I would have to reread it and then dive into the rest of the trilogy, which I really do want to do anyways with Essa Hansen's books, because I remember really enjoying No Fet Gloss when I read it. Yes, I could also do like a special version of it, and I could do the Eragon series. I have read book 1 and 2 of Eragon, but I do have all 4 on my shelves right here that I do want to read. I could do a special version for Eragon if you're interested. I could also do a special version for The Faithful and the Fallen by John Gwynne, which I was going to talk about here as a series that I do really want to finish this year, which is this series, the Malice series, but rereading book 1 and 2 is going to be a feat. So I don't know if I'm going to talk about that. I don't know if that one's going to be out there, but it's an option if you want a special edition of the series videos. And I think that is about it from what I can do with that like model of like reread book 1 and go forth and read the rest of them, which is kind of nice to see scrolling through my series that I could do that with. Look at me go. Most of the other series on the list are just not completed, so I'll just have to wait until they're completed. But okay, so that's the possibilities for the series vlogs. If you are interested in any of those, let me know down below and I will put it on the list. Other than those series that are like potentials for the series, there are a number of series that I do want to actually focus on and finish this year, so we'll just go into it without any particular order. First up, we have the Jasmine Throne trilogy, which we are getting book 3 later this year. I am so fucking excited. These are some of my favorite books of all time. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to dive in and read them all. This doesn't work for the series because I have read book 1 and 2 in this. I'm just waiting for that book 3, but I will be rereading all of them. I will be rereading the first 2 in preparation for book 3. You better believe it. I'm so excited. As I already have held up Malice, this is book 1. in The Faithful and the Fallen. I need to finish book 3 and book 4 in this series, and I want to do that early this year so that I can tackle this whole series without like having even more space between reading book 2 and continuing with the series. So definitely going to be repicking these bad boys up and finishing them. I also would like to complete the Ship of Magic trilogy by Robin Hobb. I have read book 1 late last year, so I just kind of need to keep going with the trilogy to keep the pace going. I just need to get better at like actually actively continuing series instead of just reading book 1 being like, oh my god, I loved it, I need to pick up the rest of them, and then never picking up the rest of them. So I need to be good about that. And I am filming a reading vlog for this trilogy, so we'll see how long it takes me to finish that reading vlog. But yes, Ship of Magic is going to be my Robin Hobb that I'm focusing on this year. We'll see what I don't know what the next one is. Is it the Tawny Man trilogy? But yeah, this is the focus for this year for Robin Hobb. I think this one was also on last year's list, but I need to finish The Dragon of Jinsayang by K.S. Veloso, which is book 3 in the Chronicles of the Bitch Queen, which the first one is The Wolf of Oroñaro, which was one of my favorite fantasy books ever. I just never finish this because there's no audiobook for it. And I'm so mad about it because there's an audiobook for book 1 and 2. What happened with book 3? Orbit, what the hell? I have to look at the publisher on the side. So I really should finish this trilogy because I really enjoy it. So, and I think I got like 200 pages in last time I picked this up and just thought about it or something. So this is on this list again for this year. I promise I'm going to work on this year. I promise. Then Pillar of Ash by Hannah Long, by H.M. Long, which is book 4 in the Hall of Smoke companion series. There's a proper name for it, but I just never remember what the title is of the trilogy, or of the series. Let me just have a look, see. The Four Pillars series. I adore Hannah Long's work. She's one of my favorite fantasy authors ever. Hall of Smoke, the very first one in this series, is one of my favorite fantasy books ever. And she also wrote my favorite book of last year, which is Dark Water Daughter, which is her new trilogy, the second book of which is coming out this year. I just picked this up last night for my pre-orders from my local indie store. I am so fucking excited to get into this. But yeah, this one's gonna be finished real soon. As soon as I'm done the Foundry nonsense, this is what I'm reading next. On the topic of those series that I did start early this year, The Rook and the Rose trilogy by M.A. Carrick. This is book 1 from the library. I have book 2 on hold because I did like book 1 enough to try book 2. Hopefully book 2 is great. I've heard that it's most people's favorite in the trilogy, which is really exciting. From there, hopefully book 3. But yes, this is going to be a trilogy that, again, like The Ship of Magic, I want to try and like actually read the series concurrently and one after the other in a very like structured format. So I have this one on hold. I have it coming to me probably in February or mid-February. So hopefully then I'll pick it up, devour, love, and then go into book 3 whenever that comes around. But this is another one that I would like to devote my time to this year. And because I loved The Will of the Many by James Estlington so much, or Eilington, however you say his name, I immediately went on my library and put all 3 books of his other trilogy, the Lycanus trilogy, on hold because it is a completed trilogy. This is book 2 because I have yet to receive book 1 on hold, but it's like, it's coming to me. I'm first place in the queue. It's gonna be so soon. I'm so excited for it. This is another trilogy that I have yet to even start, but is one that I really want to read and devote the time to, which I'm excited. Hopefully I really love it, but I absolutely adored his story work and his writing and everything in The Will of the Many. So this is going to be the focus for probably February and March, depending on how long it takes me to read these. But I'm excited to dive into this trilogy and see how I like it. But yeah, is that it? Is that all? Are those all the series that I have on the go? And we just triple check in my bullet journal. It's not this one. It's this one over yonder, the book one. I also have a possibility for doing Edinburgh Nights, which I don't actually know if book, oh, that's not going to come out of my shelves, is it? If book 3 is out yet. I'll have to look into it, but this is The Library of the Dead by T.L. Huchu, which I really enjoyed book 1, and I have already reread book 1 with the potential of going into book 2. I just never did, so this might even work for another series video, by the way. The Library of the Dead, if the 3rd one is out, so another option. I have Bloodsworn by John Gwynne is a possibility if we get book 3 this year, which I fucking hope we do, which that's The Shadow of the Gods and The Hunger of the Gods and whatever the 3rd one is. I need it in my life. Iron Widow is another one. If I get that one, I think I have that one on hold through the library whenever that one is released. The second one in that duology, I will be hopefully reading that and finishing that duology up. Realmbreaker, again, whenever book 3 is coming out, I will finish that trilogy. I also have Murderbot on here, but Murderbot's like, I don't know how long that series is gonna be. It's like 9 books or something ridiculous. I don't know. But that one's one that I'm slowly making my way through. I did finish book 4 earlier this year, so I'm gonna continue with that one and just enjoy myself. And then I have Tristan Strong and The Mask of Mirrors in here. So I've talked about all the series that I really want to focus on this year, and I think it's a pretty good list. What do you guys think? Let me know down below, as I said, what you vote for a series vlog. Also, let me know if you have any series that you want to tackle this year. I would love to hear about it. Yeah, that's basically it from me, my friends. This is going to be a great year of finishing series. I have high hopes. I did put as one of my bookish goals was to actually finish 10 series this year. I think last year I finished 7. So hopefully I can finish 10 series this year and or more. But like with this layout that I have a feeling that I will, because there's just so many series that I really want to get to that I'm really excited about and look fan-fucking-tastic. And there's a lot of series that are actually being finished this year that I'm also interested in, like Jazz of Throne and stuff like that. So lots of things, but I'm so excited for 2024. Anyways, my friends, thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in another video very soon. Stay kind and keep on reading.